Well, after a couple of unsuccessful runs, the first being back in 1988, Joe Biden's the next president of the United States.
The people of this nation have spoken. They've delivered us a clear victory, a convincing victory.
Trump's team, though, says this election is far from over. Joining us now, Democratic pollster and strategist from the States, Bernard Whitman. Hi, Bernard. Thank you for being with us.
Good morning, New Zealand, and let me welcome you to the dawn of a new day in America.
I bet. I saw those scenes in New York on the streets and the sound and those spontaneous parades. I mean, it's just been incredibly exciting, hasn't it, for many Americans?
No, I mean, it's really incredible, and it's truly remarkable. The passion, the energy, the excitement. I know it's not shared by everybody, but it's shared by so many people. And I just have to tell you, last night I was sitting at home and watching Kamala Harris and watching Joe Biden address the American people for the first time as Vice President-elect and President-elect, and I was sitting next to a young woman who I just met, and she started to cry. She started to cry because she never cared about politics. She never even wanted to know who the president was. And because of Donald Trump, she was called into action to make her voice heard and to change the dynamics in this country. And I will tell you, I've been doing this a long time, and it's sad. The politics of personal destruction, the negativity, treating each other as enemies instead of just opponents, began with the Clintons. As soon as Clinton got into office, it began with the Clintons. It was made worse with George Bush and the war on terror and the demonization of the other, made further worse by the rise of Donald Trump and the birther movement and trying to claim that the first Black American elected to the nation's highest office was not a legitimate individual, was not even from America, and made even worse the absolute nadir under Donald Trump. But I have to say, I, like Joe Biden, am an eternal optimist. I think we actually have the ability, Kate, to bend the arc, to bend the curve, and to start uniting this country again.
It's a long, hard road to hoe, though, isn't it? What do you make of Trump's reaction? And his base, of course, will take everything he's saying as gospel.
You know, I'm not surprised, and I think my advice to Joe Biden is, obviously, he sort of is following this. Be presidential, work to bring the country together. Don't be distracted by Donald Trump. Donald Trump is going to have whatever antics Donald Trump is going to have. He's going to cry. He's going to scream. He is a mix between a petulant child and a schoolyard bully. He's going to need to get over this and exit the White House. And at the same time, Democrats, I caution my Democratic colleagues, don't overreach, don't overthink. The Republicans actually, outside of Trump, did quite well for themselves on election night. They made up a few seats in the House of Representatives, and I think we might pick up a seat or two or maybe three in the Senate. But this country is divided. It's as divided as it's ever been before. We barely lost in 2016. We barely won in 2020. So we're going to have to work together. We're going to have to find common ground. We're going to have to listen to the other people, bring the tone down, stop the demonization. We can solve the most critical problems like COVID and the economy and healthcare and the environment, but only if we do so together.
Thank you so much, Bernard. Appreciate your time this morning. Bernard Whitman, Democratic pollster and